Hey gang, how y'all doing? It's the 4th of January 2017 and it is just 400 days away into the opening ceremonies of the 2018 Olympic Winter Games in Pyeongchang, South Korea. Or hopefully just let's leave it at Korea. We got 400 days to go. Who knows what could happen in 400 days. But anyways, I want to talk a lot about the Cubs today. And you may go, well, it's Olympic Clinic. Why are we talking about the Cubs? It's because I live in Chicago, been a Cub fan my whole life, and went to games in the 60s with my brother, sat in the bleachers with my mom, and it was just an amazing experience, and we just got our hearts broken, and never thought I'd go to the games. But it turned out there was an internet lottery where you could sign up to win playoff tickets, the National League Championship Series against the Dodgers, and I signed up for kicks, who's going to win that with millions of people in Chicago and only 38,000 seats in Wrigley Field. And I won the option to buy the tickets, so I went online and I bought these tickets. This is a facsimile, but I bought these tickets and we went to the games. Here are the actual tickets. And this is what a season ticket holder's ticket looked like, because I collect tickets. But I went to those games, and then we won, and then we went to the World Series, and my brother, he said, hey, we got to go to the World Series, and, you don't live forever, and we went to the World Series. We went to Cleveland to see the games there. These are StubHub tickets that you'd print out, and then I decided, just go with the black and white. I'm going to ruin them. Here are the tickets from Chicago, Wrigley Field games. Then we went back to Cleveland again. And this is an interesting ticket. I got to talk about it. I think this is game 1 in Cleveland. We were in standing room, my brother and I, and some guy was having family problems and had to leave. And this was just like the third inning. And instead of just giving it to some rich person or something, who knows what, this gentleman went into standing room and found my brother, who had no Cubs garb on or no Cleveland garb on, and a beard and all that, if you've seen any of the videos, and went ahead and gave him this ticket, which was the ticket that was like 4th row behind home plate. And then Jamie and I were able to hang out there most of the series with this ticket stub. You know how that works. And you've seen the videos again on YouTube, me running on the dugout and all that, so after our Cubs victories. So that's kind of what that looks like. Here's another kind of World Series ticket, smaller version from Cleveland. And at the same time as game 1, I think the Cavaliers played the same night. So that's kind of neat. Right next door. And that's the night that Cleveland Cavaliers got their rings. So then we all know about game 7. This isn't my tickets per se, although it was given to me after the Cubs won, because I somehow got into that game, because that's a whole nother story. We were in Cleveland, but we went to game 6, but we didn't buy game 7 tickets because we thought we could get them cheap at the gate or something, and then that didn't happen. And then I got lucky and got in the game during the rain delay. And you ready for this? You ready? I got front row behind first base when the Cubs won the World Series. And I've been all over about it. And there I am with the baseball in my hand. And you see that bunting that you got there? I had torn off the bunting, and it torn off part of the bunting, and it had this hologram QR symbol, all right? And I took that off and put it on my ball, and that's from the bunting. Here's the World Series game ball. Okay. And you may go, well, who's to say that that's me? But that was me with the game ball. Now look at this picture. This is a picture of me at the game, game 7, that somebody took for me. And you can see it says Game 7 on the scoreboard, Cubs World Championships. There's the game ball. There's me in the shirt without the mustache or glasses, and maybe a little bit shorter hair. But that is me. So, show you one more time. Anyways, so I just think that's an amazing Cubs experience from the beginning of the National League Championship Series in at the end of October until the Cubs won the World Series on November 2nd. That was like 17 days. That's the amount of time of an Olympic Summer Games, 17 days. And we traveled from Chicago to Cleveland, back to Chicago, watched games, went back to Cleveland, and saw the Cubs win the World Series, and stayed in hotels. It was like an Olympic experience, and the expense was no doubt like an Olympic experience. I can't tell. It's like my brother and I spend as much as I usually do to go to Olympic Games to do this, but it's a once-in-a-lifetime experience that you just got to do. Show you a little bit more cool swag from the Olympic Games. These were some cups that they gave away with your beer in Chicago at the NCLS games. Kind of neat. And for the World Series games, they had these cups in Chicago. They're kind of neat. I picked up a lot of these. And then they had smaller World Series Cubs beer cups with like the Ivy wall on them. I got this really cool T-shirt. This is a T-shirt that you can open up into a T-shirt. It's like shrink wrap packaged and stuff. But I think it's a really cool place to put my World Series baseball. Would you agree? I guess the last piece of World Series memorabilia I kind of want to show you is this Cleveland Indians gaffer's tape, or duct tape. And it turns out that the world headquarters for duct tape, their world headquarters is just outside Cleveland, Ohio. And they had some bars. It was like a row of bars outside the stadium. And they had like a booth with all different colors of duct tape that you could make whatever you want with the duct tape artwork or whatever and help yourself. And this Cleveland Indian duct tape I just had to take with me. And what I did is when I got into the game and I ran into any Cleveland Indians fans that were clearly cheering for Cleveland but didn't have any Cleveland Indian garb on, I would just tear off a piece of this duct tape and tear it off and I'd put it right onto their shirt. And I'd ask them if it's okay first. And 90% were, yeah, I'll take a piece of Cleveland Indian duct tape. And 10% were like, get away from me, you crazy Cub fan. And gotta admit, that whole Cubs experience was one of the greatest sports experiences of my life. And I just had to share some of those experiences with you. If you want to see more, you can go to my YouTube channel and see a bunch of cool videos with my brother, myself. There's Ronnie Woo Woo on it. And some shout outs to some of my best friends. So take a look at that, and more pictures on my Facebook page as far as the cover of Life magazine. A shout out to another one of my friends who found that and gave it to me. So peace, and we'll see you all next year. Well, actually, it is this year. We'll see you next year in Korea. Take care.